Okay. My mouse. Exciting day today. I'm going to be getting my new guitar. I kind of wanted these to be set up best they could be, at least by me, before that gets here, so I can kind of see how they compare. Coca-Cola. I love a nice icy cold Coca-Cola. It burns my throat. I need a little caffeine because I had to get up early in case they came early because I have to sign for the guitar and they'll leave if I don't answer the door. So yeah, normal musical intro. Hear that? It's kind of out of tune. Same chord, different place. Not out of tune. At least not as much. Okay, so those are harmonically in tune, but in theory, the reason why that is because the height of the string between this fret and the bottom of this string is too high, so to push it down, get that note, I have to push the string down farther than it needs to, and that bends it sharp. Actually look a bit at how far off it is. If I bring up a tuner, and this is a test you can perform on your own guitar. So I've got my tuner here. Clean up this tuner's kind of picky. So if I have a higher gain on the channel, it tends not to register right. Okay, so there's my E. It's a little bit off, but now that should be F. See how far off it is? Let's try. See, the B there is pretty close. So F is that far off. F sharp that far. G is getting closer. G sharp's even closer. Getting closer. pretty much spot on. You'll notice I lean forward. Your guitar angle matters. Like, that's pretty close to being spot on. I can adjust it a little bit here. Watch this. I'm supporting it by the body, so it's not a matter of me putting pressure on the neck. Just realized that I've got a screw coming a little bit out the back of the guitar. I need to fix that later. Anyway, the closer that string is to the fret, the less difference it's going to make when you push it down as far as your tuning goes. Let me just quickly see where it's at on this other guitar. See, I installed the Floyd Rose nut on that guitar. It just had a regular plastic normal nut originally. But I got the Floyd Rose in sometime in the early 90s. Put it on there. And you know, it didn't have any internet or anything to tell me how to do it. It didn't have anything to say. You know, I couldn't just quickly look up and see what, you know, height those things were supposed to be. Now, when I did this one, it also had a regular plastic nut. But when I installed it, I had a few bits of info on the internet to tell me, give me a better idea of how much space I wanted there. So let's see how this one is. If I plug it in, by the way, if you take your guitar thing and bring it around the back of this cable, plug it in, when you pull, you can only lock that down tighter. It won't yank it out. If I can do that the other way. Yeah. So here we go. Before I should tune this, let me give the strings a good stretch. Otherwise, you tend to get a false reading. When the strings are cold and you go and tune it, then like start stretching the strings while you're playing, or use the tremolo, and it's like, and then you have to tune it back to where you started. If you string your guitar from the top down the way I do, and put the string in here last, tends to be more stable when it's cold, because when you string from this end with this tight, then you start spinning the tuning pegs, it can actually twist the string, which it makes it kind of like a spring. So when you pull on the string, it stretches out, but then because it's twisted, it'll kind of tighten back up. But if you end up with like one string that's every time you pick up the guitar after it's set for a while, that one string will be off, everything else is fine, but say your G is way off, then something you can do is loosen the nut, loosen the string, then remove the string from this end, clip off the little bent piece, and you got to feed enough string down here that you can stick it back in. Lock the nut, pull it tight, lock the nut, and then try to get it straight as you can in there. Tighten it back up, loosen the nut, tighten the string up, and that can really help take out the twist. Okay, so we're close enough, probably. Oh, come on. Alright. See how close that is to F? It's only a little off. If I only bend the string just enough to make the note. Yeah, no. Hello, puppy. Little Bundy. Sorry, false alarm. Looked like a truck out there. And, like I said, I'm expecting my guitar to show up. That's very close. That's pretty close. I think this side is still a little high, but yeah, I set this one up recently, or fairly recently, so it should be pretty close to right. But we're going to test it first. Okay. Before you check your string height there, you want to check your neck relief, make sure it's right. So we lock that first fret down with a capo. That way we aren't going off of the nut. We're going off the height from this first fret. Really should do this in a playing position, because if you've got it on here, the neck could be influenced by that pressure. Okay, so we'll put my thumb there on the last fret, and see what I've got here. We want that about 0.10 of an inch, Okay, 0.010. Magnifying glasses. If you work on your own guitars, I suggest getting a pair of these. Get them anywhere. You can get them at everything's a dollar store. Like a 2 to 3 by magnification. I think these are 2.5s and I have some 3s. My wife doesn't get along with mine. She uses 2s just for her reading glasses. They're just magnifiers. They're not prescription or anything. Alright. Looks just right. It's actually a little lower on that side, but that's okay. The high E doesn't vibrate as much, so it can be a little lower. Okay, so my neck relief is fine. I actually just adjusted it about a week ago because it had gotten out of whack. Temperature changes, seasons are changing. Okay, so now I can check up here. And oh, I don't know. Well, I can check this side. The one I'm going off of, these numbers are hard to get. Everybody wants to say, oh, well, it depends on player preference. It's like, you need to know where to start. So I'm using the same height here as I am there on that string. And let's see what I've got for the other one. 0.024 is 0.6 millimeters. And this is 0.25 millimeters for the 0.010, by the way. Uh, 24 millimeters. 0.24 millimeters. Oh, actually, they're saying this should be this side. Oh no, they're saying that side could be lower. This side should be the 10. Okay, well, looks like that's almost double what they're suggesting. And okay, so 0.024 is thinner. Never hurts to double check your numbers. So I was thinking, why is it getting thinner? This is 0.6. It's 6 millimeter. They may have them backwards. Fucking AI. .024, 0.024 inch. Yeah, this has got to be this side, and the other's the other side. Okay. I want no tension on the neck. I want it how I'm going to be playing it. Okay. That makes more sense. Now I've got just a little bit of clearance. I've got some very thin brass shims under there. So I should be able to just take half, one side out. Alright, so if you work with Floyd Roses a lot, get one of these. It's a oh, come on, focus. It doesn't want to focus. Try that. Can't see anything, damn it. Camera. Didn't want to, oh, there we go. 3mm Bondus 13256. They came in pairs, but they actually sent me 4. Got it off of Amazon. But the reason is something that's always a possibility is stripping out Allen heads. And this wrench kind of has a built-in way to test whether you're tightening it too much or not enough or just right. This thing does not want to. Okay, so basically, when you tighten it up, if you get to this point where the handle starts to flex, don't tighten it anymore. That's plenty tight. So it's like a built-in feature to tell you when you've got it tight enough. Lucid, tighten it up, tell it start to flex. That's good. And now back to what I'm doing here. Oh, yeah, you want to have everything in tune and basically set up as you were going to play it before testing things like the action, the string height, because if you have like loose strings or a different gauge string, you might need it different. Okay. So now, I'll make this a little easier on myself by removing a spring or two. Trying to find the bar. Yeah. So yeah, if I push back on the bar a bit, it'll reduce the tension here. I can loosen that. I can loosen that. That's the tremolo stabilizer. Went ahead and loosened that one instead of the other spring there because it might be a little hard on that to have zero spring tension on it. Start yanking that away. So that has loosened my strings substantially. This is now tilting way back forward. So I'm not going to have to loosen my strings as much. Take a piece of wood, put it under the tremolo here, because as I loosen those, this starts going back, but I don't want it to get tighter. I don't want to fight that tension. Back up to the nut. I'll be right back. These suckers here can be really handy. Doesn't have to be this kind, but it's a little magnetic pad. Oh, I thought that was two. It's just one. I've got another one over there. Less likely to bump my table and have these things go flying. That screw's quite the right size. That's that bit. These freaking screws strip out easy, so be careful with them. Try to get one that's fitting well. Now I kind of need something. Get those strings up out of the way. Be right back. Oh no. There's one. Okay. There's some wedge-shaped El Cheapo shims. Put them in the opposite direction. The farther you push them, the higher they go. Damn. It's not gonna. I'm gonna have to raise that. I hate to raise this because these screws are even easier to strip out. But it's gonna be the best. This time I'm gonna put the top shim first, and the bottom shim. Feels like two different thicknesses. I'm going to take out this larger one. If you have shims in there, make sure you're putting them back in the right direction. Ah. A little toothpick in there to oh yeah, I forgot I need to keep that side in. So almost screwed up there. Top, top. I'm really thinking I should take out two. I'm gonna take out two. Cut this a little bit farther over on that side. R for right, L for left. So we'll cut that approximately the same as the other one. Make sure those holes line up pretty good. Didn't really use a powered one for this. Put the bit in there, fit the screws a little better. What we need is a regular size screwdriver. Here we go. want to get these screws tight enough to keep the nut from moving, but you don't want to strip them out in the wood or strip out the head. So little care should be taken. I'm gonna take that out. Over here. Got the tremolo arm on my leg here because that way I could pull it back, get this get the block closer, make it a little easier to put back on. Okay. So when you do a Floyd Rose, you want it to be it's going to be quicker, I think. Bring my tuner back up again. Make sure that FedEx hasn't sent me any new info. Nope. Thought I could do this easier way, but I'm gonna have to just tighten it all up. Loosen the tension there a bit so I can get these down. Because I need this thing back in. And it'll be much easier to get it down far enough without stripping the screws if the strings are still loose. So you need this to have enough of an angle. Floyd Rose nut is shaped kind of like a rounded hill. It's not flat. So the string needs to go all that way over that, and then be pressed down a little to make sure that on that far edge the string is all the way down. Because if you don't, then when your string retainer is pushed down, it'll cause that string to go down further, which will make it go sharp. So you have to get it to go down a little lower than the edge of that. Not sure of a great way to test it. Just gonna have to eyeball it. That looks like enough. I guess I don't really need to lock it. Alrighty, tutty. It's a little high, but I'm going to be tightening these other strings, which is going to make that one go lower. Time to get it in playing position and get close. I'm not worried about getting it perfect right now. I just need to get it under full tension. And the tremolo is pretty level, so that'll be enough tension. When I push down a little bit, or hard really, right there to make sure that the string is bent onto there enough. And now it is time. Check that string height again. Well, going down a bit too far. How far? What's it, 24? Let's try 23. Yeah, I really need to put one more in there, damn it. Should really only affect this particular fret. Since this is a floating tremolo, pressure on this can affect this. So I need the strings quiet, but I can't be pushing down on them. I could actually go a little further down, I think, on that. I'm going to take one shim out of the high side. I'm going to do it a little different. Wedge that way up there. I'll be right back. That's for those that don't need a minute. May not need to take this other screw all the way out because the shims are in half. I don't need that one side. There's a lot of tension there. And a very small screwdriver. There's one. I was pretty close to stripping in the wood, so I jammed the end of a toothpick down in the hole. The thread should go down alongside that toothpick and push out against the rest of the wood. The hell? Huh. Oh, it's a toothpick. Those holes actually go all the way through, and the toothpick was do I have good punch? I don't know if I have a punch over here or not. Well, I can use my tool. Where's my tool? It's a little bit of a lip on here. So at the edge of the hole there, where the screw's going down through, apparently during manufacturing, there's a little bit of lip on the edge of the hole going up. And if you have anything on there, then the retainer pieces can't go all the way down. I had a little problem with some string slippage on there, and that's probably the reason. I can actually see that that's not going down far enough. Doesn't have to be as low on this side because strings are thicker, so they get pushed down farther by nature. It looks a little funny. I always want to make sure put these the right direction. I don't know how well this will show up, but one way they're flat and one way they're curved on the bottom along this face, and the curve needs to go with the curve of the nut. Had to kind of find out about this stuff trial and error back in the old pre-internet days. Probably want to kind of put a little bit of pressure on these before you lock them going this way, because the further this piece is down, the less string is there on the nut. You really want as much of the string tension between the nut and here as you can. If you've got one that's a little sloppy that could slide down here, it's actually going in the nut a little ways. Yeah, there's actually a fair amount of slop in this one. I'm going to get the string under a bit of tension. So it winds on the posts right. You feel the string kind of pulling down. Gives you an idea when to let go. Got that little bit recently. It's kind of nice. Oh shit! I'm an idiot. Forgot I've got the tremolo had this big piece of wood under the trim. Well, so then I take that out, it tightens up quite a bit. Oh. Well, tell already I need that shim back. Didn't have to go very long to figure that out. Well, I gotta take those two off to get to the. I gotta take them all off. God damn it. I don't know why I put them on there. I hadn't tested it yet. Guess I thought I was gonna be done. I don't think I tested all of these. Well, I made a mistake, my friend. Just a little mistake, my friend. Who dat? Joy boy, how goes the nut adjustment? Still dipping into the pool? It's going. I ground it out though. I gotta shim my nuts a little. This is the nut, by the way. Could call it the upper bridge, but they call it a nut for some reason. I've never looked up why. So, since I intelligently labeled these earlier, I know exactly which one to stick in. Oh, that's a little too much pressure for that tiny screwdriver. We'll try this. Ah, shit. Piece of toothpick is in the way. There we go. Overheating. Perfectly timed. Yeah, you got me. You got me. God damn it. That is fucking stripping. Well, let me find out if these are in the right place first. My tuner jumped away again. I don't think. Oh, wait a minute. Something's a little off because I can hear it's buzzing somewhere in here. Or no? I see. Okay. So we don't have quite enough clearance up here on this string. Be right back. So this is a little bit strange. Because there's enough clearance on all of the strings except for this one, which is in the middle. Normally the middle would actually be a little bit higher. Shouldn't even really be possible. Let's have another nut around here. do have another nut. I think it's black chrome, which doesn't excite me, but it's really annoying considering I just bought that nut. Well, I bought it a while back, but it's only been on a guitar for a couple of months. And it costs like $40 because they didn't have. I actually bought it back when there were supply shortages, but I didn't get around to mounting it. But there shouldn't be anything wrong with it. It's damn near brand new. But this string should be a little higher than this one and the same height as this one, but it's lower. Either that or the fret is higher, which is a possibility. Let me check that, because that would explain it. Need a fret rocker. Fret rocker, where are you? Oh, I need my fret rocker. Fret rocker. I don't get it. Fret does not seem to be, well, trying to even figure out how to measure this. So that piece is too big on its own. Okay, well. Well, regardless of why it's like that, the solution, I think, is putting one of the stems back on this side. So we'll do that. This dog snorts when he's resting, and it sounds like somebody's knocking on the door. Alrighty, sir. Fell right onto the magnet. That's nice. Shim up the trim. I'll be able to shove this under there right now. I'm going to do it with the little screwdriver. And there's a little one. There we go. Medium little one. Getting quicker at this. Refining my technique. Take this one out and put in some more toothpick. stick it in there backwards because the screw is angled. That feels better. Perfect. Well, so what this is kind of telling me now is that this nut has a flatter radius than these frets. So I get to put the other one back. That's the, and we're back to square one. But now I know why it's a bit high on this side. Luckily it's pretty good the way it is there. Like an hour of work that I now am completely undoing. Let me check something. Looking for my radius things. There we go. Okay, so this is supposed to be a 12-inch radius deck. Which means if you made a 10-inch circle, cut out that little piece and set it on top of here, should be the same. What we'll do here This feels higher quality for some reason. Okay, so I think that the basic Floyd Rose nut is generally 10-inch radius. That feels exactly that. Not going to be an easy way to test my nut radius there, but without taking the whole thing out. Guess I'll take the whole thing out. Pull it on the wrong string. Might as well not get any looser. Let's do this again. Got to take that screw all the way out. Oh, God damn it. And what other nuts I have handy. If I have any other nuts handy. You get that from my new guitar anyway. Alright, I think that's the only one I have handy. I'll be back. This is actually the neck I originally bought to go with this guitar. The striker neck. I just want to check. I suspect this is going to be a 10-inch radius. I think, if I remember right, all of the old school ones were 10-inch. Huh. I was reading anything, somebody mentioned you should check on this to make sure that on the ones that have the screws from the back, screws that push it up out of there, because your locking block will hit that. Is this actually a 9.5? I think this is actually a 10-inch radius neck. Interesting. Forgot to put the locking nuts back on. Can't use this one because it's a rear mount, and I don't have the holes drilled for a rear mount. So, anybody need a burnt chrome 14-inch radius nut? You can go, if you go with a 10-inch nut on a 12-inch radius neck, the center of the nut will be higher than the outer edges. That's why you really only need to check the outer edges, because you know the middle ones are going to be high enough or too high. However, if you go the other way and put a 14-inch radius nut on a 12-inch radius neck, as long as the frets are 12-inch radius, then the middle ones will be lower, and you can only go as low as the middle strings go. So this nut just isn't really gonna work on this guitar. What I will do is swap these nuts. And close to the time when my guitar is supposed to show up. It could be here in a minute. thought this was going to be the quick one to do. But I'm glad I found this out anyway. When I ordered this, I didn't really know exactly what I was going to put on it. Or put it on. I don't know why I got a 14-inch radius one. Maybe because the the Kramer I bought, the Kramer Vintage has a 14-inch radius. I may have been going off that. I don't really remember. So, what does that mean to us here? Well, means we have to start over. Get back in there. Screwdriver! Where are you? There it is. Oh shit, wrong string. Apparently I need to charge this. Hope that wasn't anything about a problem with my delivery. Nope. Okay. Oh, that's on the charger. Mentioned if you had a string that kept going out of tune, when it sat, I don't think this string actually broke. I think it just slipped out. But this is generally the point of failure, so I'm going to feed it in from scratch. And make sure to get it centered. Again, you can go until this starts to flex, and that's plenty. FedEx guy's probably on got a spammer. Where'd it go? Oh, it vanished. Maybe somebody blocked it. Turned him in. Weird. Vanished while I was taking care of it. Okay, so yeah. The FedEx guy's probably on his lunch break. Estimated between 11:05 and 1:05. It's 12:44 right now, so I think they'll be dropping it off within the next 20 minutes. Interesting. So let the tremolo go slack. We're gonna have a ways to go. Let's go either way. Really goes that way. Okay. Actually, might as well leave it high. It's all got to tune down anyway. Eat a D. Eat a damn good breakfast every day. Oh, they are here. New guitar. Oh my God. Freaking monolith. See? Okay, so size of a guitar and size of this box. It's freaking hilarious. Okay. Fragile. Feels practically empty. So we'll leave that there for now. Anxious, but I want to have this going before I get to that. So, do the work before the play. Should be D. There's my tremolo tilting backwards. Shouldn't be. How could this be right? Something weird. That's not right. What the hell's going on here? I didn't change any settings back here. This should be farther up, which means I should need more tension here, but what's great is that should be level, not tilted back. If it's tilted back, it means the springs in the back, those springs are too tight compared to the strings, but I didn't change that back there. I only loosened the strings, so it should go back to normal. It has gone back to normal all day. I don't know what the hell's up. It should be A. What in the heck is going on here? Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, something really unexpected happened. This nut must not be as thick as the one I took off, because it's so low, it's counting this as the nut. It's the same as putting your finger down. I was thinking, see the 5th fret here is supposed to be the same as the next string. That's supposed to be A. This should be A2. It's G. Everything was a fret off, and that's because that is down. So, freaking hell. I put it over here. Who that? Who that did that? So you need bigger nuts. I'm on my way. Nice. Ah, that was Joy Boy. Of course. Yeah, I need bigger nuts. Or smaller. I need different nuts. Alright, where's the micrometer? Should be right here. And it is obviously not right here. Oh, there it is. It is right here. I'm not going to be able to measure that on this guitar. What can I measure? Oh, I can try. All I need is that distance. Magnifying glasses. Sticks out a little right here. Oh, dog. Dog, I don't want to hear it. So it appears that this nut, with all my shims that are there, is the same height as this nut. Yeah. Pretty much. Oh, dog. Which means I would probably need to shim it up about 1/8 of an inch, which is a lot. Pretty sure I do not have anything. It's like the thickness of a ruler. Could cut up a ruler. Actually, I think we have some cut down rulers somewhere. Look at it. Why are you here? Why are you over here? Huh? Or I actually have this piece of basswood. That might do the job. From Hobby Lobby. Let's see. God damn. Ow. Just banged my knee on a door jamb. Probably shouldn't assume. Uh, 4/8, 5/8. Okay, that appears to be the same. One, now, 5/8 inch. All right. So these are about the same, so I can do this without stuff. Might be Gypsy coming home for lunch. Hey, baby.
You got a special item today?
Yeah. You see the box, the fucking monolith?
Yeah. Did you get it out yet?
Because I was going to unbox it on stream. I don't know if I could do that. I think that's going to be kind of in the way. Maybe not. Yeah. I think I'm just going to do it by hand. It'd be nice to have a little something to hold on to it with. case I stop hitting myself. Can't help it, I must. Ah. All right. Breaking off some little bits of flashing. Tucked my glove and jumped in my sock. Try to wind this up quickly so that take out the Carwell Gypsies here, because that would be more fun. But I used a drill bit and didn't put it back. Oh well, probably me. Oh, this didn't come out of here. Out of here. Fit there? No. Of course not. Everything back away so we can find it again someday. Fret polishing wheel. Where did I put my shim? Oh, there it is. Other screwdriver. Feels like just a damn head. Ah, shit, did it actually break? It's something magnetic. Yeah, I think the damn screw broke. Took the damn thing off. Lovely. Well, that makes me happy. You can see how that was freaking possible considering the damn thing was loose the whole time. Oh boy. That actually broke out a bit. Where did I toss that little piece of base fluid? No, it's probably too soft. gel, I think. These are both gel. I need a black. This. I don't know how well that's going to show up, but that hole is breaking out right there. That piece of wood was damaged when I got this neck. This is a neck off of a Kramer Beretta Special. So the only way to get them is off another guitar. See if this will fit in here. I think it might. Toothpicks left. What did I do with that glue? I lost my glue. Didn't put it back in the thing, did I? Little black glue. Where are you? Wiped it off. There it is. Alright. I'm going to leave that to cure. And I'm going to go ahead and end this stream and do my unboxing. So I'll be back in a minute. gonna take me a minute to change over everything. BRB. And thanks for everybody who joined. Hopefully see you soon again, Joy Boy. And